Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So today I am going to take class on voice change. It will be my third class on voice change from active to passive form. So if you have already seen my classes, in my last two classes I have taken the use of the auxiliary verbs and also the change of subject into object, okay? We know that in voice change, subject become object, then object become subject in the passive voice, okay? And the use of the auxiliary verb in the different types of tenses also. So here I would like to describe again about the use of auxiliary verbs in different tenses in passive voice. So look at here that I have written here use of auxiliary verbs in passive voice. First one is the present indefinite tense. In present indefinite tense, we can use am, is, are according to the subject and according to the tense. Okay. Suppose he reads the book. He reads a book. So the book is third person singular number, and in passive form, for that reason we used here a book is. A book is read by him. Okay, so I have written another example. Suppose they read books. They read books. Here books is the object, so this book will be the subject in the passive voice. So books are, as it is plural number, for that reason we have used here are. So books are read by them. So in present indefinite tense, the auxiliary verb am, is, are, we have to use according to the subject. If subject is singular, we can use am or is. If subject is plural, we have to use are. Now we'll go to the past indefinite tense. In past indefinite tense, in the passive voice, we have to use was or were. Was for singular and were for the plural. Suppose look at here, he killed a bird. The verb is past form. He killed a bird. So what will be the passive voice? A bird was killed, because bird is, again I'm saying, the singular number. For that reason, I have to use was. So a bird was killed by him. If it is written that he killed birds, so it will be what? Birds were killed by him. Now go to the next one. See the another example here. I plucked flowers. Now you will notice here, flowers is the object here in active voice. So these flowers will be the subject in the passive voice. So here, if you notice that the flowers were plucked by me. As flowers is plural number, for that reason we have to use were in the auxiliary as a auxiliary verb. Okay, so flowers were plucked by me. Suppose if it is I plucked flowers, it will be flower was plucked by me. So I hope you understood the present indefinite tense and present past indefinite tense, the use of the auxiliary verb. Now in future indefinite tense, we have to use shall be or will be. Okay, shall be or will be. Look at the first example. I shall do the work. Active voice. So what will be the passive voice? So the work, as it is the object, it will be the subject in the passive voice. So the work will be, I have written here, will be, the work will be done by me. So use of auxiliary verb here is what? Will be. Now go to the next example. He will teach me English. He will teach me English. So when there are two objects, suppose here are two objects, one is me, another one is what? English. So in that case, the personal pronoun, we will make the subject here. So he will teach me English. So as me is the object here, we have to make it subject in passive voice. So for I, we have used here shall be. I shall be taught English by him. I shall be taught English by him. So what is the auxiliary verb we have used here? That is shall be. Okay, now we'll go to the present continuous tense. In present continuous tense, we have to use am being, is being, or are being according to the number. Okay, according to the subject. Subject is singular, subject is plural. So according to the subject, we have to use am being, is being, and are being. Suppose first example here, they are eating mangoes. So I think you can notice here, they are eating mangoes, present continuous tense. So mangoes are plural here. So for that reason, we used here are being. Mangoes are being eaten by them. Okay, so if it is written that they are eating mango, so mango is being eaten by them. As it is plural number, for that reason we have used here are being. Okay, now we'll know about the past continuous tense. In past continuous tense, we will use was being or were being. Was being or were being. Okay, look at the example. She was playing badminton. She was playing badminton. Badminton is the object of the active voice. So this badminton will make subject in the passive voice. So badminton was being played by her. As badminton is third person singular, for that reason we used here was being. Badminton was being played by her. Now we'll know about future continuous tense. In future continuous tense, we have to use shall be being or will be being in the passive voice. Okay, shall be being or will be being. Suppose look at the example here. The teacher will be teaching us. The teacher will be teaching us. So in that case, we have to use the auxiliary verb shall be being or will be being. So as it is us, this us will be we as a subject in the passive voice. Suppose we made it what? We shall be being taught by the teacher. So the use of auxiliary verb here shall be being. So in future continuous tense, we have to use shall be being or will be being. So here we used was shall be being. So we shall be being taught by the teacher. Okay, now we'll know about the perfect tense. First is what? Present perfect tense. So look at here. In present perfect tense, we have to use has been or have been. Has been for singular and have been for plural. So first one, they have solved the problem. They have solved the problem. So problem is the object of the active voice. So we have to make it subject of the passive voice. So the problem, as it is singular, we used here has been. The problem has been solved by them. So if it was problems, so what we had to do, the problems have been solved by them. As it is only one problem, singular, for that reason we used here has been. Now past perfect. In past perfect tense, we need to use only had been in the passive voice. So had been, the use of had been, look at the example, we had finished the work. Past perfect tense, had finished. We had finished the work. So what will be the change of the passive voice? So as the work is the object, see here, we prepared it as the subject of the passive voice. So the work had been finished by them. So here we used what? The had been. The work had been finished by them. Now we'll talk about the future perfect tense. In future perfect tense, we need to use shall have been or will have been. Okay, look at the example. They will have finished the work. That is future perfect tense. They will have finished. So how we can change it into passive voice? Look at there. They will have finished the work. So the work here, object, this the work we made it what? Subject. The work will have been. The work will have been. So auxiliary verb here, that the will have been. The work will have been finished. We know that in passive voice we need to change the verb into past participle form. That is the verb tree. Okay, so the work will have been finished by them. Okay, now we talked about the tenses, and rule number 10 is about the modals auxiliary. We know that there are some modals auxiliary verbs, suppose can, could, may, might, shall, should, going to, ought to, need to. Okay, in that case of modal auxiliary, we need to use be. We need to write be after the modals auxiliary. So after all modals auxiliary verbs, we need to use be. Suppose I have written one example. See, I may help you. So this may is modals. Okay. So in passive form, we need to use what? You may be. Look at here carefully. You may be helped by me. Okay. Another example. See here. They must do the work. Must. So in passive form, we need to change it into must be. The work must be done by me. I must do the work. The work must be done by me. I can do the work. The work can be done by me. So look at another example. We are going to visit Sundarban. So the Sundarban is going to be visited. See here, is going to be visited by us. So here we came to know that after the modals auxiliary verb, we need to use be. Okay, suppose can be, could be, might be, should be. Okay, going to be, ought to be. So we need to use be. So here we have discussed about the use of modals auxiliary in different tenses: present indefinite, past indefinite, future indefinite. Okay, past continuous, present continuous, future continuous, present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect, and also the use of modals auxiliary. So I hope students you will understand what I have discussed in my video. So if you like it, please don't forget to give like and your comments, and of course please subscribe my channel. Thank you.